Yes, people, what's going on? I'm still not well. I'm going to try to do my best. I was hoping it was going to be a really boring 1-0 win for Chelsea, and it wasn't. Everton 1, Chelsea 0. A game won by a single penalty from a single mistake from who I think has been single-handedly the best goalkeeper in the Premier League so far this season. Edouard Mendy gives away a penalty stupidly against Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Sigurdsson buries it. Chelsea had to give away another penalty, then gets overturned for VAR. That would have probably been converted as well. So we're actually probably quite lucky that it only finished 1-0. Look, the unbeaten run is over. I don't want to keep this. I don't want to do this for too long because unfortunately I'm not well. If you see me on social media, you'll know that. I'm not well at all. And I don't want to be here for too long. And you've got to say what is the simple matter of the fact. And you've got to do what is right still. Well done, Everton. Good side. Good side. We knew what we were going to get. We expected it before the game. Well, sorry. We expected it. The fans did. I don't necessarily know if the players did. We knew what we were going to get, and they gave it to us. Digne was out. Coleman was out. James Rodriguez was out for them. So we knew it was definitely going to be a defensive performance. Back four, all of them basically could play centre-half. Pickford is not the best in goal, but they didn't allow us to have any shots particularly. I don't want to rant. I'm not going to rant, I don't think, because I'm not bloody well, and if I do, I'll probably die. But it comes from one area. It came from one area from a Chelsea point of view today. And I'm going to say it, defensively, I didn't think we were wonderful, but I didn't think we were dreadful. Midfield, Kovacic and Mount, I thought played quite well. Maybe had the odd little mishap here and there. But it was the front three. It was the front three. There was no movement, no effort, no desire, no willingness to go and break them down. And Giroud, I'm going to kind of let him off a little bit, but I will say something that's also against him. But it was the two Germans for me. Timo Werner, who I've been very happy to kind of go, oh, he's learning and whatever. He was not good enough today. He wasn't good enough today. Partially his fault, partially not. I'll come on to that in a moment. And then Kai Havertz. I've said it time and time again about Kai Havertz. I think he's a very good player. You can clearly see that he's got the ability to be able to go and beat players and take them on. And you can see why we paid the money for him and what he's going to bring to us. Yeah, but we're not seeing that at the moment. And we had injury problems today. Yeah, fine. I think Kai Havertz probably still plays in this team, but he plays as a number 8 or a number 10, whichever one you want to be a little bit more maybe further advanced forward or whatever. He plays in that role. We had to play him wide today. He's not a wide player. He's not a wide player. He hasn't been in a good run of form. Don't play him wide. I know we've got our injury problems and whatever. Mason Mount had a much more success playing as a wide right than playing as than Havertz playing as a wide right. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. I'm not saying we should, sell him and he's crap and we should never play him again and whatever. But you do have to say that he has not hit the ground running. Yes, he's had COVID. Yes, he's 21. Yes, he's had no pre-season. Fine. I'm not going to say that he's crap and that he's not worth the money because we can't tell yet. But what I will say is there are people that every single week say Kai Havertz has to start every single game. And I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case at all. Again, this particular game, he probably had to start. Didn't have to start right midfield or right wing. That's because of injuries. But week in, week out, I don't know if he's playing all that time. The Krasnodar game he played in midweek, I thought we were slow and lethargic, and I think a lot of that came from Kai Havertz. Again, he's had COVID, he's had whatever. Fine, but you really need to up the tempo. We took him off in the 60-something, early 60 minutes, I think it was. And we brought on Tammy Abraham, who didn't do anything. He didn't change the system. We moved him out to the left, Timo Werner out onto the right. And this is the bit I really want to get onto today. We obviously went behind, it makes things harder, but we invited that onto ourselves. Timo Werner has been missing chances and hasn't been as good for about 4 weeks-ish, something along those lines, 4 or 5 weeks. For the entirety of that time, he's been playing left wing. Don't play him left wing. Again, he had to today because of injuries and whatever. Fine, but Chelsea should have gone and brought another winger. We should have gone and brought another winger. Callum Hudson-Odoi has got these injury concerns left, right and centre. I like him. I think he's going to be a good player for Chelsea, and if not for Chelsea, he's going to go and be a good player for someone else. But he has got injury concerns. Same thing with Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Obviously not at the club at the moment, but he's got injury concerns. You do have to think about it. You do have to consider it. Pulisic is out. I don't quite know what the whole vibe around that is, but he's got injury concerns. You have to be able to go and get another winger. And I'm not talking about going and signing a Jadon Sancho. I'm not talking about going and signing whoever you want to pick, you know, a Raheem Sterling-like figure or whatever, Dembele or whoever it is. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking, one thing Chelsea haven't got at the moment is players like, I'm going to kind of throw it back a little bit, players like Flora Malouda, and the most specific one is Solomon Kalou. The guy that wasn't brought for a shed load of money, but you could put him in left wing, right wing, there we are, and he's going to do a job for you. And Chelsea haven't got that at the moment. Ben Rama was a very good person to go and buy in the summer. We didn't do it. West Ham got him. Now looks he gets a start and does quite well for them, whatever. We could have got him. I think we should have gone and got him. Shouldn't pay over the odds for him, but we should have gone and got him, at least on loan. Nothing wrong with loaning players as well. We need to go and get the extra winger, someone who's maybe not going to be absolutely elite week in, week out, but someone that we know that can go and play right wing, left wing, whatever wing it is, when is needed. Because Timo Werner has to be playing up front. Olivier Giroud, look, Olivier Giroud in this game, he was slow to get into it. He's played a lot of football recently. This is one of the things where I don't want to start him every single week. He's been playing a lot of football and hasn't been for a little while. He played against Yerry Mina. Michael Keane today, by the way, very quickly. Very, very good. Fair play. Give credit where it's due. You have to, lads. Yerry Mina. If you are going up against Olivier Giroud, there's 3 ways that you could really beat him. You can beat him on complete luck, which is not what Yerry Mina did. You can beat him by being taller than him and better in the air than him. That's what Yerry Mina did. You can also beat him by being faster than him. That's also what Yerry Mina did. Giroud was having absolutely no luck whatsoever. They then bring on Tammy Abraham, move him out to the left-hand side. Never going to help him out. Never going to help out Olivier Giroud. And it was just always like we were playing with 10 men. Plus, obviously, the fans, fair play to the Everton fans, making a hell of a lot of noise as well. It was like we were playing against 10 on 12. It was a joke. Honestly, it was a joke. And, you know, fair play. That's what we're going to come up against in the next coming months and whatever. But I don't like to criticise Frank, and I will say this. I know there's been a lot of injury concerns and whatever. We made 2 subs today. The bench wasn't wow factor, whatever. But I'd like to have seen a change of system. I'd like to have seen a little change of dynamic. Because all we did when Kai Havertz came off was take Timo Werner, who had absolutely no impact on the left-hand side, whacked him over to the right-hand side, and he still had no impact, really. You then had Tammy Abraham, who was out there doing nothing, and you had Billy Gilmore came on for Kovacic, who actually I thought played quite well for large chunks of the game. It took until Billy Gilmore came on, number 23, I don't even know how old he is, 19, whatever it is, 18. He comes on and he does well. He starts to up the tempo. I thought we were really, really sluggish going forward. And although the tempo was coming from Kovacic especially, who was my Chelsea man of the match, I don't know if that's a thing or not. The tempo was coming from him. It came from Reece James and Chilwell. But they're all trying to whip balls into the box so that we had no chance of ever winning. You have Kovacic who's trying to do his bit. Mason Mount is popping up every now and again. Can't do it all by themselves. And I just thought we were really, really lethargic. I'm going to go because I've already rambled on for long enough and I can feel my chest burning. But it's not good enough. It's not good enough. I'm happy our unbeaten run has actually come to an end against a decent side because Everton are a good team. Give them credit where it's due. But I can never say I'm happy. And I'll be honest with you, it got to a point in the game where I was texting my mate Niall and saying, if we get a point, I'm actually going to be slightly pissed off because we have to learn from this. As long as we learn from this, I'm absolutely fine. If we don't learn from it, that's where I've got a problem. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you're around here, make sure you like, share and subscribe. There's not a lot of content out on my channel at the moment. I apologise for that. That is my fault. I am unwell, unfortunately. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. There is loads of content going to be coming very soon. But yeah, for now, see you later. Well done, Everton. Give credit where it's due. Chelsea need to fix up.